This is your Sports Boys, and today we'll be having another sports podcast. Our first topic we'll be talking about is Bronny James having a cardiac arrest and apparently losing consciousness at practice on Monday. Apparently on Tuesday morning he was already in stable condition, but this is really scary for his career because who knows if this is going to happen again. Um, this is the second time that a USC freshman basketball player suffered a cardiac arrest while practicing in a little over a year. So, I don't know if this is just something that happens when people go to this college, which, no, I don't think that's true, but that is quite weird that actually happens often. Um, I think that he'll probably be fine, but you never know. That's a pretty scary injury, and it could put him out for a while. He could not play for the start of the season, and it could just affect his whole career. It's kind of a scary injury. I think he's good as of now, but who knows? Maybe he'll be practicing or in a game or something, and it'll happen to him again. I think he's just got to be really careful. Kind of similar to the DeMar Hamlin injury, where like they just get hit at the wrong time, wrong place, right time, and then that happens. But I think Bronny, it was just so random. Obviously, I don't know, but that's how it seems. Obviously, LeBron wants to play with Bronny James in the NBA, and I think this could actually maybe hurt his draft stock just because people are concerned that it might happen again. But he's proved enough and he's good enough to, I think, still remain the same, like, prospect in the draft. He's still great. That doesn't change anything. It is a scary injury, though. And then going on to our next topic. So Jaylen Brown is now the richest NBA player in NBA history. He got a $304 million contract, and he's the richest player ever in NBA history. Out of there's a lot of other good superstars. I could name a lot. There's LeBron, there's Giannis, there's Curry, there's so many other people that I can go on and list that are better than him, but yet he still gets a bigger contract than all those superstars. I'm really high on Jaylen Brown too. It's not that I'm biased against Jaylen Brown because I'm a Jazz fan. I really like Jaylen Brown, and I think he might someday be just as good as Tatum, but that's still too big of a contract for him. Honestly, to be honest, I think that's too big of a contract for any NBA player. If I'm being really honest, I don't think any NBA player should get that good of a contract. But it feels like so many guards or so many NBA players are getting contracts like that. It's crazy that that's just a normal thing nowadays, and no one thinks about it. They're like, yeah, whatever, they deserve that money. I mean, they're just playing basketball. I know they're good at what they do, and they're amazing at what they do, in fact, but that much money? And Jaylen Brown isn't even the best player in the league, so how much is LeBron and Giannis and Luka gonna get? How big of contracts are they gonna start getting? That's what I'm concerned about. I'm players should just be happy with the money they're receiving, and they shouldn't need $304 million contracts to be happy. That's my take on it anyways. I think that they're really overpaid. They are good. Do not get me wrong at all. They're amazing. And I'm not saying I could do any better, but I still don't think that's very good. If every superstar in the league starts getting that big of contracts, I don't know. It's just not going to be as good a league. I just kind of hate that. But anyways, our next topic is the Hornets have finally been sold. The NBA does confirm the sell, so Michael Jordan does not own the Hornets. But let me just quickly get up the exact number that he bought it for and sold it for, because this is actually ridiculous. Okay, so he bought the team for $275 million, and he's now selling it for $3 billion. You gotta keep in mind, this is still just an NBA team. Like, it's it has a future, and it's a good team, but it's still just an NBA team. There's no way it just got that much better from when he bought it to when he sold it. I just think it's unbelievable how much like prices are going up. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like basketball mixed with just real life. That's how it is in real life too. Everything is just getting higher. Um, Everyone wants to get paid more. They're kind of similar. So yeah, that's just crazy to me. There's no way that if you buy a team, you should be expecting that much of a profit. But I'm actually like, it's kind of crazy how Michael Jordan's the one who happens to buy the team, and he definitely doesn't quite need any more money. I mean, he definitely didn't get paid as much as Jaylen Brown, but he's still rich because he still's got Nike as one of his sponsors, and just like, you know how much money he's got off that. He has his own brand in Nike now, so like he definitely doesn't need $3 billion more dollars, but I guess that's still good for him. Um, um, so Kemba Walker is officially out. He signed a contract with somewhere in France, so you'll never see him in the NBA again. His career is over. That's kind of an interesting topic, but I still wanted to talk about it. Um, just because of how solid of a player he used to be. Let's see, Kemba Walker stats. So yeah, you think of him now as like a trashy player. Like, he played for the Mavericks last year and he averaged 8 points. But when he was in his prime, he was averaging 25 points a game. Like, yeah, Kemba Walker's not good. And if you're like haven't been watching sports for a long time, then you probably just think of Kemba Walker as a terrible player. But he hasn't been like that forever. He's been great. So it's kind of crazy to see. So he was scoring 19 points a game in 2020 and 2021 season. And then suddenly he just really like drops off and goes to 11 points. So I think that's kind of when he just started to go downhill. But he's only been bad for like 2 years. And we all think that he's been like out of his prime for like a long time now. No, he's been good for a long time. He was on the Celtics, he was really good, and that was only 2 or 3 years ago. So Kemba Walker definitely shouldn't, like, he should be considered great because he used to be, and people think of him as not very good now. But I think that's basically all the news I wanted to go over. See if there's anything else. Kind of just seems like the whole internet's just blowing up about obviously the Jaylen Brown contract, which because it is insane, and then obviously media is blowing up about Bronny because that's a super scary injury, and um prayers for him. Um as much as I don't like LeBron, can't, like, that's just a really bad injury. I feel really bad for Bronny, so prayers for him. So yeah, there's like the James Harden and Damian Lillard like rumors, but at this point, I think that's all they are is rumors. So, and then we got I think that's all the news we got for now. So, this was your Sports Boys over and out.